Hi, here's my vlog for the 25th of April 2024. It's 9:49 p.m. Yeah, I'm looking at my vlog here and it looks like I didn't do a video since yesterday, so yeah, I'm kind of out of it. I can't remember if I did a video. Yeah, I was working last night on this thing. It's kind of wearing me down. Computer was thinking a lot. So yeah, I got going on got sidetracked. I can't remember if I talked about this yesterday. I think it happened after I did my video. But I got sidetracked on building a population chart for the world, where you have 1 million people go across, and I built it from scratch. I thought maybe I had it, and I was looking at the education page and I was looking down at dimensions and I saw that, and I clicked on it. I saw something that said something like, I can't remember what it said, but something like that, and I clicked on it and it took me to the CIA world, factbook page for the world. And then I was like, thought to myself, well, it'd be cool to make the thing where it's just the visual, but then I'll put it in on the top of the CIA World Factbook page on my education page, and I'll take that little link out. But I wanted to build it, so it's 100 across, 100 down, and each icon is a 10 icon. And I think you can, yeah, and you can see the icon fine, even at 10. Like, you can see the detail down to, here, I'll show you. So for some reason when you double click, it doesn't double click as close as on the side. It only goes down that much. Come on, double click. Here we are. But then if I hit this, if I hit Command plus sign, and you make it big, all the way up to what, 500%. So these are 10 pixel icons. So, and I have them color coded. So there's one, right? Dude, that's a 10 pixel icon. And that little, you can even almost see the people, individual people. That little yellow in the middle there, I think you can even see the blue. That little yellow is 1,000 people. That's 1 million people, pink. Yellow is 160,000. The orange inside of the yellow is 40,000. The green inside of the orange is 10,000. That yellow inside the green is 1,000, and then the blue, which I kind of barely see, is 100, and then you have red, which is 10. All right, and so let's zoom in with this bitch. I've never done this before, and so you can almost see the individual motherfuckers. And so, oh, it comes out of focus a little bit. Yeah, almost see the 100. Almost see the peeps too. Let's see if it gets into focus. Good in focus, motherfucker. All right, I'll just go in really close. I kind of can't. It's kind of like old man eyes. So you can kind of barely see kind of the people on the. Maybe those is, you know what? Those aren't the people. Those are the pixels on the computer screen that look like the people. That's really interesting. But that yellow is 1,000, right? And so check it. Dig this. And so you can see they're all the different colors, right? And so if you click on number 3. Am I talking loud? I'm like used to talking loud. I go clickety click on number 3, right? Clickety click. So what it does is it opens it up in another window, a separate window. On Flickr, where you can do the doozy all in, right? See, that's the 100. That's the 10. Then you hit plus, takes it in some more. 100 and the 10, right? And then you hit the plus one more time. Takes it so far in that you can even see the individual people. I'll show you. See? Those are individual people. That's 10 people. 100 people in blue. That's 1,000 peeps. There you got your 10,000 peeps. Isn't this fascinating? I bet your eyes are just glued. That's 40,000 peeps. That's how cool people say people. And then up here, that's 100,000 peeps. And then you have 1,000,000 people. Right? So that gets you to understand what 1,000,000 people is. And that's what that is. Number 3. This is really, this is out because I'm still building it. But that's the page. Let's zoom back in. We're at 500. Let's go back down to 100. Oops, almost went to 90. All right, there we are. So, yeah, I mean, no, that'll fit. That'll fit. When you zoom in, then you zoom out, it goes too wide. I don't know why it's too wide. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes one computer shows it too wide and the other one doesn't. Like this one does and that one doesn't. Even at 100%. And they have the same fonts. So, whatever. So anyway, so those will come together because I'm still building it because I did all this. And I have to finish that part. So it's 100 by 100, so that's 10,000. And each one of those is 1,000,000 inside, so 10,000 times 1,000,000 is 10 billion, which is more people than the people in the world. So when I want to fill this up, it's 82 or something. And then you go 5N because it's 8 billion, 5 million people who live right now in the world. So I was taking it from the top, adding the numbers, and it would just tell you which. Like I prepped it rainbow so that I know which number it is to put it and to take it from, and then I would do the color. So I started at the top. India actually overtook China last summer, fall. Yeah, this should take I think down here I have words in there to help me guide. So it normally doesn't look like this. It fits, but so that's India, China, America, Indonesia. 5 is I don't know. I'm starting to forget. And then as you go down, they get like shorter and shorter. You know, less millions people. And then down here, I was doing this for the first from here. And I'm over to here, and it took a whole bunch of countries, like 65 countries, just to get to the first 1,000,000. So I colored it. I colored that according to the color of the last country, the first country in that group, and so then I got to the point where it was one country was the same color. Oh, did I not upload this? Looks like it's not uploaded. So it's all the same color. There it's just one color per one, and it was going down by the number because it was like each country was exactly 1,000,000, and then each country was like 2,000,000. So two of them would take it up. I can't find it. Oh, it's here. Yeah, see? 2 yellows in a row, 2 3s, 2 2s. That's like one country that has 2,000,000. And so I'm going to put this chart when it's done up on my education page, and then when you go to the list of the countries of the CIA World Factbook page, you click on that, like the chart page, and it'll just take you, link you real quick right above to the country on this chart. So I think that's cool. And I'm currently working on there's one country per 1,000. I'll show you. I'm working from the bottom up again, and I'm on Gabon, which is 2.436 million. So I was adding them up on the internet. Oh, and this was kind of interesting how this was playing out. Yeah, I don't even have a window open right now Because what happens is to know the numbers, like to know how, and then I numbered them going down the 100, so I know where to put it, the numbers. And so as I'm numbering them, I just add it together, right? And it tells me how many million, so then I know how many to do it up to how many million across and what color, and then when to start the other one. And so I'm adding, and there's 264 countries on the CIA World Factbook page. So I got up to like 75 countries, and that's so many digits to add together that I can show you what it looks like, because I think it had it in its memory or something. Let's see. Yeah. So like I'm adding that, right? Like da 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 da. And I ended up adding so many together, and it looked way bigger than that. That it was like, oops, can't. It got so many that it was the number that they had to give me had too many digits. So they're like, oops, can't do it anymore. And I tried to do it on my phone, and it was the same thing. They have the same limits. So I just took it from the bottom to know where to put it, and my little millions going across. And it took forever, and then it has its own complications, which are unique to it. But so then that's why I made the chart, to not get confused, because I got confused a couple times. So I know as I'm going backward, that's 40 million, that's 45. So as I'm adding it together on the calculator, if it says 55, then I know to do the country, color the country, and then I can grow them out. Because the countries progressively have less and less millions, so these get smaller and smaller. It's a really beautiful little artistic representation of the people. I was a window washer a few years back, and I went to this lady's house, and she had this, like, in her living room, in the middle of the living room, she had this like big glass jar that was like 3 feet high or 4 feet high, or maybe it was on the ground. It was like 6 foot high glass jar that was like 3 feet wide, that had white sand in it filled to the top in the middle of her living room. And she said that was there to represent all the people in the world, because each grain of grass was a person, and there were like 8 billion people in the world, so there's 8 billion grains in there. So it was her little artistic thing. And this is kind of like that, like, because as I showed you, you can zoom in to see each individual person as you're going in it, but it's divided by the country. So so I got super jazzed about doing this, because then I can add it, I can incorporate it into that CIA World Factbook page, and it's kind of looking like I'm just super fired up to kind of try to finish my education page, That's like service level, but that means that incorporates this page, which I think all the pages, when I even do the information on. I'm not totally clear how long it'll take to do that, though, because the only page that I did the CIA World Factbook page on is America. You should check it out. If you click on the world page, it'll take you to this, where it has every person in the world. I'm hoping to be done tonight. But, oh look, my energy drink. I still have a little bit of energy drink I can drink. But yeah, I have to, the only one that I have is America, which is the biggest one, and I assume, because it's made by America, America has the most information. But then I was going to do UK. And from the template of America, so just replacing it. And I only got I think there were 12 sections, and I only got to like the second. And I was working for hours, and I was like, because I was like, how long is this going to take, And so I was going to go back and do that. So if I can, I'd really like to do the factbook page for all the countries, because that's what makes it look really cool. Because you can compare it between the countries, the same information between the countries. Not just looking at it for that country on my website. My website, I think, will make it really cool to compare it, because you can condense all the information so much easier. It'd be frustrating to try it the same way with the CIA page, because it's just way too poofy. I mean, it's built for second graders. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna take the piss out of those wankers. So yeah, in our culture, we protect the dumbasses too much. That spiral dynamics, too much green. Yeah, what we need to do is protect the smart people, and kind of make the dumbasses try to have to catch up, because this is bullshit with this This making it a wankerism language. Wankerism internet language. CIA World Factbook page. Check it out. You'll see what I'm talking about. You know, words too big, too much white space, too much spaces, all that kind of stuff. It's the design of Wikipedia, only poofed up. Anyways, and then I have to finish putting the flags of all the countries for it on there, on its link. That's why I have 2 copies of it, one like next to it, because I figured it'd be easy to put the flags there. I don't know. I don't think I'll do that though. And then the other pages that are connected to it are the free audio history book pages, and those things need help. And I think at least to run through it and make them look cool with the rainbow borders, and even the fonts and the icons. So to all of the like, you know, big pages that are connected to my education page, and then do a one store obviously to the rest of the site and see if it could use those. But I think this is the, you know, the time consuming stuff. So that's kind of what I'm like super fired up to do, which at this point, which would take a while. I need to kind of see what's going on with my money. I blew like $30 today because my mom like needed me to go to a concert at the Boulder Theater. I guess this girl grew up in Siberia with the wolves and was riding around on a reindeer when she was 3 and heard them snorting. So then she learned how to do the singing to sound like all the different animals, like the eagle, crow. What's her name? Like Crow Eagle, Snow Crow, and she wears like the Snow Crow mask. And then she had does the singing like a crow and all the animals. And then she had this black dude come on first. He was from Senegal. He was making everybody go ho yo ho 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 with his little African guitar that's round. That was pretty good, but my back was hurting so bad that I had to leave and wait in the car for a while and then come back. I can't sit because my back starts to hurt, like even on the inside of my back. But I blew all this money because I went to Falafel King, which was $14, which is so much, and then I got a beer at the top of this bar next to it, which was 8.5, and then I went and got a beer at Boulder Theater, 8.5, and then I got $5 of candy at the candy store. Even though my mom paid for my ticket, which was like $160 for both of us or whatever. But anyways, but my mom really enjoyed it, and she saw her friends there. So it made it so that I wasn't able to continue this all day, like finish it. So like as soon as I was hoping to. I was hoping to finish it yesterday, but I didn't really know how long it would take. I think I have to. One reason why the top is so puffy is because I need to look at the big countries again, just to make sure I did them right. I'm not totally clear on that, but I did it right. Oh yeah, because you're having all these problems, interesting, weird problems with the with Google, because you go and you add it right, and it was doing great, and then it got to 79 countries or something, and it just couldn't add anymore. So that's fine. So then I started at the bottom, and I started adding at the bottom, and here's where the weird problems come, like because you would add them the same, and then all of a sudden it'd be like, oh, I don't want to add anymore. Or it'd be like, can't add. Like, that's why I don't even have a window open for it right now. Oh shit, that's not good. Oh no. Why don't I have the window open for it? I must have accidentally X'd out of it. That's not good. Because oh fuck. Oh no, how am I going to get out of this? Because I needed to preserve it. Because what I'm doing is, I had to add up all the different populations of all the countries, starting from the little ones, and the smallest one's the Vatican, which is like 500 people. And there's 264 countries, and I'm on like 170, like 160. I had like 100 countries to go before I could get to the 79. So it's a lot, right? I did like 100. I had added 100 together. So I add it together until I can't do it anymore because it's just too many. So that's fine. So then I just take the last number and I put it up there, and then I do the next country to add it all. But the problem is it goes, oh, I can't do it. But that doesn't make any sense because I'm only adding two numbers now, which aren't even that big. It just can't do it. So then I close the window. I open a new window. I go to Google. I just go into the Google search bar and I add those numbers together like I was doing, and it says, oh, can't do it. Like Google remembered. It was like, oh, I remember you. I don't want to do it anymore. And so then I tried it with the other, the browser, because I'm doing Safari and Mozilla Firefox browsers at the same time, because I watch my YouTube, my website with Firefox, but everything else in Safari. And so I tried to open it on the other one, and then it would open on the other browser. So I'd have to dance between the browsers. And I did that like 3 times, because then it wouldn't work on that browser, even though I keep trying it. And then I learned one thing, like where it would have to be, yeah, like the space has to be right, and then, yeah, and then I couldn't get it to do, but I had to maintain that number, you know, I had to preserve that number from all the accumulated of all the other countries together to add the final number to, and that's why I had that one. I always had a window open that had that number. And I was recording. See, look. To get to just the first million of Andorra, you had to add all these countries. Just to get to 1 million, and that's Andorra. And then it's Kiribati, the second, third, fourth million. These are the countries just to keep track, and I stopped keeping track. But what I should have pasted there, which I didn't because I didn't know I would delete the window, but is the number. Because see, look, if I'm going to, this thing this is just the computer acting weird. It's another example of it acting weird. I'm not like expanded. It just doesn't want to take up, just because it doesn't, whatever. Because then it's not like the numbers in the way. Yeah, that's another weird thing that happens. Like, if I go to my website a lot of time, and I hit Command plus to try to make it big, I don't know, to like look at a icon or something. But then I go back to the normal size, it can't snap back to the normal size. I would have to X out of that window. Yeah, it just gets like tweaked. But anyway, if I'm going to find out how many countries I have to add from the smallest to the biggest to know how many are at 50 million, because I don't think I'm at 50 million yet. I only made it to 43 million right here. You can see the 3 greens in a row. So I would have to add them up to see how many to get to here. But I would have to add up like 100 of them. So I would have to do that, not in one go, because it would overheat. So then I have to move the number back. So this is I actually figured this out, realized this as I was doing this video. Like, I'm kind of up shit creek now, because there is no window that has that number on Google where I was adding it. On either of my browsers. I just spaced out. And I don't think if I go into the histories, I'll go into histories and see if it comes up with, oh, look at that. Oh, look. I went into the history, and typing in the number in your history browser will give you the number. Oh, cool, I can preserve it that way. But I can't be sure. Well, actually, I can, because I know which country it's in front of, because that's the country. I know what country that'll be. You just look what country has that population. And then all the countries before it would have accumulated that. So I'm good. So anyway, sometimes when I add them together, I think this is what I was looking at. I add these 2 numbers together, which is not so much to ask. Because as you saw before, I was adding these huge numbers together. Even from the top. All those countries. The first 79 countries. But then all of a sudden when I hit this, it says, about 0 results. Your search, that plus that did match any document. Suggestion. Blah, blah. It's like, don't you realize all I'm doing is trying to add 2 numbers? It's like the easiest thing in the world to do. But guess what? It doesn't want to do it.